Hi everyone. In this video, we would learn how to import an external file, whether it is Excel file or it will be CSV file, .csv file. So let's understand. In the last video, we have already done data entry manually. And in this manually data, I had entered time series data, panel data, cross-sectional data. But in this video, how we are going to import data, that's important. So let me close all these files, and I'm just showing how we are going to uh, import file. First of all, we will click here file, then we have to press here open. And in this open, you can see Eviews work file, foreign data as work file, database, programs in add-ins folder, text file, etc. Because I'm not going to importing text file, I'm simply importing a Excel sheet here. You can see here, and I will import my file from this place where it is put it. And this is file is name is eviews file. Let me open this folder, and this file I'm going to import. You can see here, these are the columns, and these are the rows, and these are the years, and time series data is here. Otherwise, because I need full file, all the columns and all the rows, because so that is why I'm not putting up here custom range. If you need some customized data you require, so you can select custom range from which column to which column you required, and from which row to which row you required. So let me press next. And after that, you can see here header line. Header line is the title of each and every column. So that would be same. That would be name rather than description or year. So I will put it as it is. Then further is next. And you can see here in the next, name is year. You can see text representing here is year. And in that way, suppose you want to select this. So that is FDI, GDP, inflation, and you can see here number, because that is not character, that is number. So simply I would select it a number. And finally, now next, and you can see here, create new work file, and after that we have to finish it. So I don't want to link imported series and alpha objects to external source. So I don't want. Okay, there is no linkages is required import series. So I will just press no. So now you can see here, this is all these folders has been created. And now you can see folders are FDI, GDP, inflation, residual year. So simply I would press FDI. You can see here FDI data is here. FDI. And when I would press GDP, and you can see in individual folder, these kind of data already put it. Inflation, my third variable is inflation. Now you can see inflation is, this data is already in this folder. Up suppose I don't want all these folders individually. I want all these variables should be in one single file. So let me select all these folders, FDI, GDP and inflation, and I will press it open group. So now you can see here is all these three columns are in single file, FDI, GDP and inflation. So in that way, we can represent in a single file others graphs, descriptive statistics we can see. So suppose I want to see descriptive statistics of this data first. Here is descriptive statistics. You can see common sample and individual sample. Common sample means when the same kind of sample is put it in the various kind of data. So that would be pick up only common samples. I don't want common sample because my file is not like that. So here is individual sample. Let me press here individual sample. So you can see here in this individual sample, you can see here FDI mean values here, median, maximum, minimum value, standard deviation, skewness, kurtosis. Here is Zarkuvera and probability, sum, and other things. After that, suppose I want to see their graphical representation. First of all, let me check covariance analysis. So suppose I want to see covariance of this particular data. I would click here covariance and let me press OK. You can see covariance among all these variables FDI, and with FDI that would be the standard, and FDI with GDP, FDI with inflation, and GDP with FDI and inflation, and so on. Further, what I want, let me press again covariance. Let's say I want to see correlation also. Then I would press here. And I want not a single table. I want that should be in the multiple tables. Let me press here. Then I would press OK. You can see here. This is the covariance in one table. And in another table, that is correlation. You can see correlation FDI, right? And GDP, and GDP with FDI, and inflation with FDI, all this correlation that is reflecting over here. Whether it's positive correlation, it's negative, we will discuss later on interpretation of this. But first, we are going to understand how we are creating such kind of files. Let me press it again, covariance. Let's say I'm going to select along with covariance t statistics. So I had pressed here. Again, I'm going to select multiple tables and I would press here. Let me press here. Okay. You can see here t statistics. These are the t statistics, FDI, GDP, inflation, and covariance is here. So in that way, you can import a file and you can calculate, analyze covariance analysis. And further in the next video, we are going to discuss how we are going to create graphs and other various tests we can perform very well in Eviews. Eviews is a very user-friendly software and we will perform other tests also. So thank you. Keep watching. Stay tuned.